by the way number 15. It's been over 20 days since I did a by the way, so I'm due, even though I don't want to do one. I'm just sort of numb to everything. Nothing's really making me rant. I'm not surprised by anything that's going on, so probably gonna wing it. Even though I wing every single by the way I do, but I'm probably gonna wing this one even more. So fair warning. So quickly, thoughts on the suspension. Yeah, it's bullshit. If anyone wants any details, I'll link to the. Well, I'm not gonna link to it because it's easy to find. I don't have that many videos, but yeah, I did do a video 5 months ago in the first suspension, and yeah, that's just it's identical to my thoughts right now. YouTube's not even going to give us a sign. I mean, I wish they would just at least tell us. We're not going to bother fixing this crap. Just come right out and tell us so that we can move on, or so at least there's not all this wasted effort being made to reason with them. But they're not even going to do that. They're just going to remain, in the shadows when it comes to this topic. So it's just bullshit. But yeah, suspension. I guess now it's an official termination. It's been over a week. And I thought he'd be, reinstated by this point, because he was reinstated in less than a week last time, and there have been a lot of suspensions since then that have been short-lived. So I thought, yeah, it'd just be the same thing, but nope. I turned out to be quite wrong, and yeah, I didn't do anything because I don't think small users can really do much. I think it's all up to the big users to get the crowds all riled up. But even if all these crowds are riled up, like people with 3,000 subs or 6,000 subs, it's still a very small fraction of the overall people who use this site. So as it's being demonstrated, YouTube's still not going to give a fuck, and it's pretty good that they gave a fuck before, because it at least gave us 5 more months of videos on YouTube from Inmendham. But yeah, there's a link to a channel that's uploading his videos again. It's called inmendhamvideos. Uploading some really old school stuff, so that's been pretty good to see. Hopefully he'll upload a lot more, whoever it is. But yeah, aside from that, what is there? The Young Turks did a video today, and they're talking about, the host is talking about Obama not really being a leader, sort of being a regular politician, and he's not saying it as if it's any sort of a big epiphany, but he did sort of see him as a middle of the ground guy between those two things. So he's kind of bummed. And what it led to was they started talking about some changes to the entire way the voting system is that works right now. And I got pretty excited for it because I thought they were going to delve into specific solutions. I thought they were going to delve into instant runoff voting and eliminating the geographic bias in the voting districts. And the video stops, it cuts out. So I tried looking for a follow-up video to see what exact specific solutions they're going to talk about. So there's no follow-up video to it. So what I do is I go to their channel page and I type in IRV. And sure enough, I get no results on IRV. So then I type in fully instant runoff voting to see if I get a different result. And sure enough, same crap, no results on instant runoff voting. Then I type in geographic district bias, and once again, no results. So, I mean, Young Turks have uploaded, I think, thousands of videos to YouTube, and it's just funny, in that entire catalog, they don't have a single thing, at least in the title of their videos, which it really should put it in the title if they're going to talk about something like instant runoff voting. But yeah, it's safe to say they don't have a single thing on IRV or eliminating the geographic district bias in the districts. So it's just such crap that they're talking all this broad stuff about, well, we got to change this, we got to change that, because there's just such clear-cut solutions, bang-on solutions, really the only solutions that are going to change drastically the entire system, and not a single video out of the thousands that they've done on this specific topic. And I'm acting as if I'm shocked, but I was sort of expecting it. The fact is that they are owned, most likely. I mean, there's all this talk about lobbyists. The Gent guy was sort of outraged, so lobbyists are controlling everything, blah blah blah. But I'm pretty sure the guy who owns the Young Turks, the entire enterprise, I'm quite sure he has a thing or two to do with lobbyists, because if he didn't, I'm pretty sure we'd see some, instant runoff voting or some sort of specific solutions in regards to breaking the two-party system and all the other crap. But that's not what you're going to get. You're just going to get a bunch of, generic, well, these are the problems, but not specific solutions. That was pretty disappointing. Alright, so what else? I did see, I don't have anything specified out here, so I'm just going off the fly. But I did see a video by Richard, the Dick Coughlin, and yeah, comedy video, but at the same time, as all his comedy videos, well, at least most of his comedy videos, there is supposed to be a top, point sprinkled on top of the comedy. So he's talking about 20-year-olds and 20-somethings, and there's just kind of pissed me off because there's the categorization of it all, the generalization, I should say. But on top of that, he's going about it in this way that it's just supposed to be this casual truth that we're all supposed to accept, that 20-year-olds, 20-somethings, are just going to be inherently egocentric, smug, and self-centered, and that's just our native disposition. That somehow living on this planet for 19 years and 364 days just somehow isn't enough to figure out that being a selfish, smug asshole isn't the best option out of the bunch. Somehow we need some age-old wisdom to figure out that simple truth. And everyone in the comment section, I didn't see one person, I object. And most of these people are 20-year-olds that are watching him. So it's just so disappointing to see people accept this kind of crap. I try hard to project a different image, a non-smug image, and it seems that it's all for nothing. Because of all the people that commented on this video, not a single one pointed out that, hey, you know what, this is complete bullshit. There's nothing, 20-year-olds don't have to be like this. They all just sort of went with it, as if there's just casually to be accepted. No, it's figuring out that smugness and all that kind of stuff is not the best way to go about things. A 13-year-old should be able to figure that kind of shit out. So yeah, it just really pissed me off. And I guess he did that video as a response to this old lady. Her name is Claire. I forgot her username, but yeah, she sort of did a video ragging on some users who are in their 20s who she perceived as smug. And it was a bit crap because she litters her comments. Maybe her videos aren't that bad, but whenever she leaves a comment, it's just such pretentious crap because people are asking her these simple yes or no questions, and she answers it in this excessively eloquent, sort of almost a poetic way, where she uses this fancy schmancy terminology. And I'd rather, put up with some style over substance smugness from a 20-year-old than some, pseudo-intellectual pretentious crap from a know-it-all type elderly person who thinks that it's all about the presentation instead of the, the point that you're getting to. And I know I've been complaining about this presentation crap for a long time, and seemingly the more I complain about it, the more people ignore it and focus in on the presentation itself. So I guess there's no real point in doing it anymore because it's never going to go away. But yeah, I mean, people really have to grow the fuck up and look at the points itself, the point itself that's being made. Because she ragged on, oh my god, it's Chris, as one of the people she ragged on. And it was just such crap. One of her points was that, it's really not that brilliant. And granted, I mean, some of the people that are, leaving compliments, like, the greatest videos ever, yeah, it's a little excessive. But I mean, Pat Condell has the same shit too. Pat Condell writes all his crap, and there's people thinking that he's fucking God, even though his videos are completely scripted. You can tell he just reads off a fucking teleprompter, or he memorizes it all. But regardless, it's written out. So yeah, elderly people do it too. This is the presentation, fancy presentation sort of shit. So to single out the 20-year-olds, it's just bullshit. Especially for someone who, does sort of layer her rhetoric, at least her comment section rhetoric, with a bunch of fancy schmancy verbiage when you should just get to the fucking point. We all need to just get to the fucking point and say what we have to say and be direct, and not worry about how we're perceived. And again, she ragged on the, I guess, Zom gets exposing herself and all that kind of crap, and it's just such of all the people to rag on the internet for being exploiting themselves. There's just so many better targets for this. I mean, Zom gets, considering the kind of things that she could do, she is pretty fucking conservative if you really look at some of the comparisons. So it's just bullshit criticism, bullshit all around. And yeah, anyone who went in her comment section and pointed that out or made any sort of a counter argument, she just labeled blind fanboy or something like that. So bullshit.